Thanks for joining me for another video from Counselor Tips. This video is specifically going to be talking about Adlerian Theory or individual psychology. So if you're contemplating using Adlerian, it can seem like quite a complex theory, but I'm hoping that I can break it down into digestible sections for you to consider using this very effective theory. As a matter of fact, this theory has a brief version that is very effective in short-term treatment. Remember, individual psychology is not about what traits, characteristics, memories, experiences, cultural background, or beliefs that the client brings, but rather how the client uses these things to accomplish the task of daily living. Adlerian, or individual psychology, actually means indivisible. You're viewing the client as a whole person or an entire unit. This theory is also often called positive psychology because really it's a strength-building theory. This theory moves away from the medical model that institutes pathologizing people or their symptoms. It's moving more towards the person being more maladjusted in their life. Practitioners of Adlerian theory don't like to label people with a diagnosis. It is more of a growth model of personality, not one related to illness. Psychologically well people are well aware of what they do and why they're doing it. In this theory, we view humans as those that construct, manufacture, or narratize ways of viewing and experiencing the world, and may take these fictions as truths. Adlerian theory is a relational theory and can be viewed as a theory that is rooted in encouragement. This theory is an optimistic theory. It sees people as creative and proactive, and that human beings are meaning-making beings. In this theory, we keep the focus on the client's abilities, assets, resources, and their strengths. We assist clients in developing perceptual alternatives for their fictional belief system and to develop a sense of humor to be utilized and practiced in their life. This theory supports a client having the ability to choose and be responsible for their choices. Personality is considered a cognitive blueprint or their personal narrative. It contains unique and individually created convictions, goals, and personal beliefs for coping with tasks and life's challenges. This personality is constructed in childhood and refined through the person's life. This theory is a humanistic philosophy of living. It is stressed that we need to understand the individual in their social context. There will be crucial and contemporary issues that will see themes related to equality, parent education, influence of birth order, lifestyle, and the actual holism of the individual client. This theory is well known as an especially productive theory as applied to the growth and development of children. The understanding in Adlerian theory is a misbehaving child is a discouraged child, and that our job as parents as well as counselors is to help children feel valued, significant, and competent. These strategies seem to be very effective in coping with a child's difficult behavior. In this theory, there are 7 critical ideas. First is the unity of the individual. Thinking, feeling, emotion, and behavior can only be understood as subordinated to the individual's style of life or a consistent pattern of dealing with life. The individual is not internally divided or the battleground of conflicting forces. It would be each part of the personality pointing in the same direction. So this is where themes or identifying clients' themes are really important. Goal orientation. There is one central personality dynamic that is derived from the growth and forward movement of life itself. It is a future-oriented striving towards a goal of significance, superiority, or success. In mental health, it is the realistic goal of socially useful significance or superiority over general difficulties. In mental health disorders, it is an unrealistic goal of exaggerated significance or superiority over others. The early childhood feeling of inferiority, for which one aims to compensate, leads to the creation of the fictional final goal, which subjectively seems to promise future security and success. The depth of the inferiority feeling usually determines the height of the goal, which becomes the final cause of behavior patterns. Self-determination and uniqueness. A person's fictional goal may be influenced by hereditary and cultural factors, but ultimately it springs from the creative power of the individual and is consequently unique. Usually individuals are not fully aware of their goal. Through the analysis of birth order, repeated coping patterns, and earliest memories, the counselor infers the goal as a working hypothesis. Social context. As an indivisible whole, the human being is also part of a larger system. The family, the community, all of humanity, our planet. In these contexts, we meet the three important life tasks: occupation, love and sex, and our relationship with other people. They're all social challenges. Our way of responding to the first social system, which is the family, seen through the family constellation, may become the prototype of our worldview and attitude towards life. The feeling of community. Each human being has the capacity for learning to live in harmony with society. There is an innate potentiality for social connectedness, which has to be consciously developed. Mental health is a feeling of human connectedness and a willingness to develop oneself fully and contribute to the welfare of others are the main criteria of mental health. When these qualities are underdeveloped, feelings of inferiority may haunt an individual, or an attitude of superiority may antagonize others. Consequently, the unconscious fictional goal will be self-centered and emotionally or materially exploitive of other people. When the feeling of connectedness and willingness to contribute are stronger, a feeling of equality emerges, and the individual's goals will be self-transcending and beneficial to others. Lastly, of the 7 critical ideas is treatment. This theory encourages clients to overcome their feelings of insecurity, develop deeper feelings of connectedness, and to redirect their striving for significance into more socially beneficial directions. It is through respectful Socratic dialogue that clients are challenged to correct mistaken assumptions, attitudes, beliefs, behaviors, and feelings about themselves and the world. The counselor's constant encouragement can stimulate a client to attempt things that they believed once was impossible. This in turn can lead clients to growth in their confidence, pride, and gratification, and can foster a greater desire and ability to cooperate. The objective of counseling is to replace exaggerated self-protection, self-enhancement, and self-indulgence with courageous social contribution. Thank you for joining me on this brief overview of the 7 critical ideas and general understanding of Adlerian Theory, individual psychology. If you found this video to be helpful, please consider giving me a thumbs up. If you find that you're learning from these videos, please consider subscribing to this channel. And hey, turn on the bell. That way you know when I have a new video for you to view. I'll see you soon.